How would you line up the blue line? Would you go with the way they went in Game 5, or would you shake things up a little bit?
No, I would stay with what it is. You know, the lightning rod pair is going to be Kulak and Nurse, no question about it. And there is some risk in that pair, not so much from the standpoint of whether they can play well together, because I think they kind of proved that against Dallas in Game 5 that they can do that. They had a couple of rough spots to start, but it's more along the lines of what I'd highlighted previously with Brett Kulak on his offside. He struggles. And when you have this type of aggressive forecheck, and I mean, this is not anything that the Oilers have seen, so we can say that Florida hasn't seen this type of defense, but the Oilers have not seen this type of forecheck either. I you worry a little bit about that from the perspective of whether Brett Kulak can successfully retrieve and exit the puck.
Yeah, that is the one pairing for me that you kind of said it, the one that's maybe looks a bit risky. They make me nervous, but then you look at the numbers at the end of the game and it's like, oh, maybe I was just getting nervous for no reason. Like, I don't know, like in Game 5, there were so many points where I'm sitting there and I'm like, Nurse and Kulak look like a tire fire. And then you look and they barely gave up any chances. So it's like, okay, maybe I'm just overreacting.
Yeah, yes. I mean, again, they have this outsized impact on the game when they make a mistake, right? That's what it seems like. And again, I highlighted it that, they were up 3-0 and Brett Kulak makes an absolutely not a great play. Let's put it that way. And all of a sudden it's 3-1. And when those plays go in the back of your net, you kind of get this mentality that the pairing wasn't good. But really, other than one other shift in the entire game, I mean, they were really solid. And so, that's one of those eye test, analytics test things that we talk about all the time. But this will be a little bit different challenge. And, where I think you can see them getting some support is from their center group. And if with a healthy Draisaitl and McDavid being all world like he has been, I think if those centers are low, centers help on the retrieval and the exit, I think that pairing should be okay. I don't think it's going to be great. I think there's going to be some bad moments for them, but I just don't think you would move this 6 around to start the series.
Connor Brown is supposedly going to come back into the lineup tomorrow night as well, although he is out of media day with illness. So stay tuned, folks. We'll see what happens. What would you do? Like, I think the obvious answer is Jeff Skinner, but now he's like Victor Albertson in the conversation. Those guys, to their credit, have made it difficult to make a decision, I think, too, of where you want to put Brown in.
Yeah, I mean, let's start with that point. I mean, this is a great problem to have. I mean, that the Oilers are that deep that they're putting guys up in the press box that, 50% of the fan base thinks should be in and 50% thinks it should be out. That's a great thing. In terms of the setup to start the series, if Brown can go, Brown needs to play for two reasons. The first of which is the penalty kill, which him and Janmark had a really big impact on this series last year. And, I think there's potential for that again this year, watching Florida's power play. The other part to it is, I've talked about the defense and retrievals and exiting. Well, the next group in this that's going to see a lot of pressure is the wingers on the wall. And Connor Brown has been there. He's lived this. He understands what's coming. Victor Arvidsson doesn't, and neither does Jeff Skinner. And I just think you have to go with what A has gotten you there, but B also has the experience from last season.
I mean, listen, it's another 7 games here potentially in the playoffs. There is no guarantee, and I even see people saying, like, no, I want Stetcher, and like, at the end of the day, you're probably going to need to still dip into that 7th defenseman at some point and dip into that 13th forward. Like, the lineup you go with in Game 1 is not going to be the lineup that just bing, bing wins you 4 straight and you're out of here, right?
No, I think that's right. I mean, I could see them playing 11-7 in games. I mean, I just think that, we're June, what are we? June 4th when this starts. I mean, these guys have been playing since September. Like, bumps and bruises take their toll. I think guys are going to come in and out of the lineup during this cup run.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.